Hey guys, what's going on?
Hoi hoi.
I think you guys have seen this before, but I don't think you've actually seen it the way it looks now. I was just showing Jose.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah, my Aliens Australian Daybill. I got it back from Backing to the Future, fully restored. Well, like I said, I think you guys all know my journey with this. It started about 2 years ago when I picked it up at the Movie Poster Warehouse. It wasn't in bad shape, but it wasn't in great shape either. It had the folds across here. It had a couple wrinkle lines on it. So I tended over the Backing to the Future. I had it restored, linen backed, archivally, and then I took it over to Gordy at Retro Rare Collectibles and I had him frame it.
You know what? It's a classic, man. One of the all-time greats. Of the series, my favorite. I mean, the first one, it's a great movie. But if I have to be honest, my personal favorite is the second one, Aliens.
For sure.
Mean, classic. I mean, I love Bill Paxton in that role. He was great, man.
So, super happy to get this back. Really happy the way it turned out. And I'm just going to turn it over here so you can see what's on the back.
Yeah.
As you can see, it was framed very professionally. It's got the archival glass on it. It's
So you opted to have this framed after it was linen backed?
Framed linen, custom framed, custom size frame. All the matting, all the backing board, everything is archival, museum glass. So I spared no expense on this one.
Wow, cool.
Yeah, and as you can see, it's got the certificate of authenticity from Backing to the Future there. Archival quality, fully restored by our friend Dan Miles at Backing to the Future. He does spectacular work, and I really can't say enough about it. Just really happy. This has got a special place in my house, that's for sure.
Yeah, and this is a good intro because we're going to have a cosmic-centric episode here.
Yeah.
Speaking of things cosmic, of course, only in a few weeks' time, March 8th, Captain Marvel movie is dropping.
That's right.
Very excited for that, yeah. And actually a little bit of news, Canuck director Denis Villeneuve, you know, he's directed things like Arrival, Sicario, and Blade Runner 2049. He's been signed on to direct a remake of the classic Frank Herbert Dune, if you can believe it or not.
Well, that'll be exciting.
That'll be daunting, man. A movie like that has played so many directors. I mean, the early 80s David Lynch movie was a bit of a visual feast, but it was also a very badly flawed movie. It's hard to tell that kind of a movie in a 2-hour segment, but I wish him luck, man. Boy, he's got his big boy pants on.
Yeah. Anyways, so no more wasting any time. We got some pretty good books to show tonight, eh?
Yeah, some good hot spec books and some new titles for our people who like new books. We're going to be showing some new books.
Cool. Okay, so no more wasting any time. We're going to go over there. We're going to get it set up, and I think you're going to like what we have for you tonight. Okay, so like we've been doing with a lot of the episodes lately. Oh, just before we get started, I guess we should say that Mike's not with us tonight because he kind of injured himself falling on the ice. He sprained his ankle, or his ankle, or his wrist? Wrist, yeah. But he'll be back next episode, so he sends his regards, and we're going to miss him tonight, but I think we can do this. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we can pull it off.
Yeah. So, like I said, we're starting with new books, the new books segment. We've been doing that a lot. And Jose, you're starting with Avengers number 684, but this isn't just any Avengers. Isn't this a variant?
Well, no, this is not a variant, but the big thing, this is a hot book. This is the first appearance of Immortal Hulk. Yeah, Immortal Hulk has been universally praised by fans as an awesome storyline. Writer Al Ewing has given readers the best Hulk series since, well, maybe ever. Yeah. With the popularity, of course, naturally come higher prices. And the first appearance of Immortal Hulk in this issue of Avengers 684 has more than tripled this year. What's not to like about Immortal Hulk? The character-driven story with a horror feel is resonating big time with fans, and Joe Bennett's interior artwork fits the narrative perfectly. Of course, finally then there's Alex Ross's magical cover art with that classic pulp comic feel. Yeah, this issue was a decent seller last year, but graded copies didn't really typically bring much more than the cost of the grading fees.
Yeah.
By the end of 2018, the issue had averaged about $44 US. But December did see it peak at $76 US. Think of that as merely a tremor because in 2019 it had experienced a full eruption. So far, there have been 17 recorded sales of 9.8 copies on eBay, and none have sold for below $100 US.
Really?
More, it's averaged 143 US in February, but as of this date, the month's not done yet. So, I mean, I hate to say this, but I mean, I picked it up from good old Uncle Sandy. He made me buy it. I feel so bad. He had 25 bucks Canadian. I dickered him down $5.
Yeah.
I'm feeling so guilty. Next time I'm there, I'm gonna give him that $5 back.
So you got a good deal on this one, and that's a really hot book. I mean, hell,
It's
Jose.
sizzling for jalapeno hot book. Yeah, like I said, averaging almost $150 US for the 9.8 copies, and I'm picking it up for 20 bucks. I feel guilty. I feel so guilty.
I know I speak for myself only. I'm not really up to track with all the new books and the new titles, but it's kind of cool. I mean, you're aware of it, and if you're not sure, Sandy will usually fill us in on
Do you the right way.
Yeah, tell us what we should be buying and what we don't really need to buy, which is cool. But that's a great book. I can't think of a better way to start, Jose. Fantastic.
Ooh, hoy hoy on that one.
Okay, so the next one is my book, and this is more of a cautionary tale than anything else. As I think we're all aware, this is an Artgerm cover.
Yeah, Stanley Lau, he's the man.
Yeah, Supergirl number 23. But like I said, this is more of a cautionary tale. I went into, and I'm not blaming Gotham, but I'm just saying it was on the wall. It was a consignment book. It had a $10 price tag on it. I thought, wow, look, that's a really cool, nifty foil cover. It's an Artgerm cover. I love what it looks like. It's 10 bucks. I'm going to pick it up, thinking it was some kind of maybe 1 in 10 variant or something. Well, it turns out it's not. This is just a regular, run-of-the-mill, everyday Supergirl number 23. Mass produced. There's nothing particularly special. It's not a 1 in 10, 1 in 20 variant, so I didn't have to pay 10 bucks for it, and I did. It's worth 5 bucks if you look at any. So just because you see something on the wall, again, higher price, I sometimes kind of just do that. I see a pretty cover, and I'll just buy it without thinking.
And you got to take a second look at those foil covers. It's got a wooger on it, doesn't it?
A very small. It's not a break, but yeah, a little dent in one of the lower spine.
That'll do it.
And for a new book, it's not supposed to have that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You hate to be nitpicky about something like that, but with a brand new book, you gotta be.
It's got to be perfect. And yeah, so that's just an example of Paul not really thinking when he goes to the comic book store and just impulse buying. That's what it was. It was an impulse buy.
Yeah, impulse buy. I had another impulse buy from the guys at Gotham, so let's get to that book.
Let's get to that one. Okay, enough of this one. I guess there's no showing you up, is there?
No, there isn't. Not on this one.
Definitely not showing. This is a new book, but this isn't just any new book, is it?
No, yeah, this baby is just fresh off the presses. This is from January of 2019, literally a few weeks old. Captain Marvel issue number 1. This is the 1 in 25 trade incentive variant.
Wow.
Yeah. Of course, what can I say? It's another gorgeous Adam Hughes variant. You have 2 flavors to choose from. The 1 in 25 trade dress, this one, or the 1 in 100 virgin cover. Now,
Ooh.
I think plenty has been said about Hughes mailing it in on his covers lately. His Superman run in particular has taken its fair share of criticism, but I think he's still killing it. Sure, he's tried a few different things with perspective and focus, but what's the alternative? He could just stand pat and keep churning out the same thing over and over again just because it sells in the market. This cover is more typical of Hughes' current style, with a mix of heavy bold black lines and other areas with no outline whatsoever. Now that mix of line work makes it appear more like a tattoo to me, or maybe I've just watched too many seasons of Ink Master on Spike TV. That said, I picked up this beauty trade dress 1 in 25 variant from Carlos and the boys at Gotham Central for $35 Canadian, which currently is just a little under $25 US.
Nice.
Because, well, basically it was within my price point.
Well, so to kind of interject there for a second, I don't remember you buying it when we were there.
I had to sneak it.
You bastard.
Yeah, you know how much I love Adam Hughes.
And you wait till I'm not looking, and then you just took it.
Yeah, exactly, man. You can't be. This This is the Shadow talking here. He sniped me more than once on this one.
Okay.
So I went down the rabbit hole after I purchased, and I looked at the recent sales data. Now for this one, the 1 in 25, the CGC census at the 9.8 grade, there's currently 16 copies, and the last sale for 9.8 was for $70 US on February the 4th. The last raw sale on eBay online was $16.50 US on February the 10th. Now looking at the 1 in 100 Virgin, the CGC census on that book, there's currently 26 copies at the 9.8. The last CGC sale for that one at 9.8 was on February 5th, and it sold for $173.50. And the last raw sale for the 1 in 100 was $51 US, also on February the 10th. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm really excited since we're only a few weeks out from the Captain Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brie Larson is an Oscar winner after all, so I'm sure she's gonna deliver. Now, granted, she wasn't my first choice, as I already liked some of the fan casting options when I saw them initially. I remember I was really bummed out when the lovely Emily Blunt had her dropped from being Black Widow. Thanks a lot, Gulliver's Travelers. So I held out hope that she'd swap strap on the red sash as Carol Danvers. I mean, Emily Blunt, Catherine Winnick from Vikings, or Charlize Theron would all have worked as far as I'm concerned. But I'm pretty confident that those what-ifs will be long forgotten once the March 8th release date gets here.
Yeah.
Again, lovely Adam Hughes, another one for the private collection there, and I snagged it right behind your back.
And I just want to interject here one more time. So I've seen some of the posters for the new Captain Marvel movie on the subway going in and coming back from work, and Brie Larson looks really, really special. I mean, she's going to do a spectacular job.
I think so. There's a lot writing for Marvel, and it's the thing. It's almost like they have to reply. Then the Warner DC had a big hit with Gal Gadot and Wonder Woman. Now this is their first female-led super action movie. It has to do well, I think, critically and at the box office. Otherwise, they take a big hit. So there's a lot writing on this, and that's unfortunate. That brings us to our last point here. There's some various stories I read online where there's some vicious trolls, but really kind of blogging some really nasty things about her personally, because she has outspoken views on feminism and inclusion, stuff like that.
Yeah,
and everyone has entitled to their opinions, but these people are being particularly violent.
You know where it's coming from, though.
Yeah, so I mean, we have that divide, unfortunately, here in North America. But you know what? Like I said, I do not let anybody's opinion sway me. I'm gonna probably check it out. So I am really excited about this movie coming out.
Yeah, you're always going to get those trolls. I mean, God knows with the Star Wars films, they come out in droves.
Yeah, well, anybody can hide behind the anonymity of a, kind of like,
a blog, for sure.
Exactly.
For sure,
so what are you going to do?
Amazing book, Jose. Thanks for bringing in, and I'm jealous. Okay, now we're going back in time, and this is one of my books. Now, I don't exactly know which episode it was in, but Jose actually featured this book probably about a year ago. Now, his was a higher grade copy. This is a lower one I picked up at the last Toronto Comic Book Show, and I didn't pay nearly as much as you did, but I'm happy with it, and I thought I'd just show it one more time, give you some information about it, and just because I bloody well feel like it. It's Marvel Premiere number 19 from November 1974. Now this is a key. I don't know if you call it a major key or a minor key.
Well, I would consider it a minor key, but it's got more than one key factor in it. So in that way, it kind of accumulates it to making it not anything insignificant, because in and of itself, it's got several kind of like key factors, of which probably the first one you'll mention is got that Colleen Wing.
Colleen Wing, yeah.
One half of the Daughters of the Dragons with Misty Knight. And, like I said, she's a love interest in this thing. And it's got her first appearance of her father, I think, too.
Yeah.
But also, of course, that cool factor that I think I mentioned in my one is it's got an advert for Hulk 181 with the first appearance of the Wolverine. So that's a very cool factor for this book, too.
It certainly is. It certainly is. And like Jose said, first appearance of Colleen Wing. Her father, Lee Wing, and the Cult of Karakai, I think as well.
Yeah, those are those kind of ninja-like assassins there who are after the Lees for some kind of forgotten lore or secret knowledge or something along those lines. Yeah.
And I think this was a Hagen Lang pickup, $25. He gave me $5 off, so I ended up getting it for $20.
And you know what I love about this thing too? I think is it a Starling cover?
It is. In fact, it's a Starling Al Milgrom cover, so it's kind of a conglomeration.
Penciler Inkler. Yeah.
And while we're on the artwork, it's might as well worth mentioning the interiors too, because we don't mention it that often, but in this case, I think it's pertinent because you got Neil Adams doing the pencils.
Oh wow, Neil,
Yeah.
the big man himself.
And Dick Giordano doing the ink. So
Yeah.
hell, you can't go wrong with this book.
You know, we got some
For sure.
great A talent doing this one, and it's a fantastic kick-ass cover. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, I love these action covers. I mean, you can get quite a few of them. You know how I feel about the Marvel Premiere series as a whole. Lot of great keys in that
Yeah.
thing, and I mean,
Yeah.
lot of keys. If you're key hunting there, it is definitely one of those anthology series from the from the 70s that you just go run through the run and just pick up keys here, there, and everywhere.
For sure. And November 74, what 46 years old now? We're getting up there.
Getting up there. I know and it's not a bad looking copy. It's got a lot of IPO, Paul. No.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to do something now that we haven't done in a while. We promised we were going to do it regularly, but we just never seem to get around to it. So, nerd news.
Nerd news, yes.
Yeah. So, any of you that are from the Toronto area will know that, the Toronto Comic Con has started announcing their guest list. And Jose, I just want to know what you think of it so far. I mean, it's relatively new. They're still announcing guests, but so far we've got some guests. I just want to know what you think of them.
Well, we take them one by one. We got the ex-Hellboy Ron Perlman. It'd be interesting, actually, if you line up for them, just to ask him, see if he's feeling honest and think how cheesed off of me about, Guillermo del Toro and him getting shafted and not being able to do a third Hellboy movie kind of thing. The producers in the studio wanted to go in a different direction, decided to go with somebody else.
Yeah.
And they're going, actually, of what I've heard, a hard R. It's going to be kind of gory and graphic and that kind of a feel. So that's an interesting choice there. John Delancey, everyone's favorite character from the Next Generation.
Next Generation, yeah.
I mean, actually, he's pivotal in the sense of like the greatest thing that come out from Next Generation, in my opinion. It's kind of like the same thing as saying the Civil War was basically about slavery. The Next Generation, the best thing to Borg, of course. I mean, and he's
he was Q.
He's Q, but he's the one who kicks the Enterprise into that unknown zone where the Borg are there. So in that sense, he's pivotal. Now, I mean, he's kind of like Galactus-like character, omnipotent being, just like messing around with people. So he's a cool addition for Star Trek fans. Then you got everybody's favorite sidekick, John Rhys Davies. I mean, of course, as Indy's sidekick in the Raiders movie, and of course, as Gimli in the Lord of the Rings. He's Sancho Villa to everyone's Don Quixote. He's the sidekick guy. He's a very good, excellent character actor. So I mean, for movie fans of those kind of genres, I mean, he's a nice choice. But he's been here before. He's one of those regular guys who does the convention.
There's also Indiana Jones. I can't forget he was.
Of course, I mentioned him. Like I said, Emma Caulfield. Yeah.
Emma Caulfield is from Buffy.
Yeah, so
more of a minor one.
Yeah, exactly. So what I'd say from that, I would say so far good start, but you're nowhere near the finish line. You're gonna have to add some people there because you need more star power to attract the masses, so to speak. I think.
Yeah, and now in addition to the celebrities like actors, we've also started getting some of the comic book artists,
including a really big name, the one-half duo of that late Silver Age, early Bronze Age team of Adams and O'Neill. Got Denny O'Neill coming in. And a great penciler from the 80s and 90s, Mike Zack. I mean, I feel good about those things. I mean, actually, I'm more apt to probably, if I were to get an autograph, because I'm not a big autograph, I might go to get a big name like Denny O'Neill and Neil Adams than I would to get kind of like a star from the movies and stuff like that. I mean, I have a few autographs. I have some nice ones, Linda Carter, and like I have Anne Margaret, and of course, Julie Newmar as Catwoman. But I mean, I have a few, but not a lot of stuff. But and I have a few signed books, but mostly modern books, a handful of those. And I'm not a big autograph guy. I'm there for the books.
Yeah.
And it's kind of bad because I mean I'm working that weekend, but I will be able to attend on the Friday when they're there from 4 to 8 for 4 hours. So I'll be pick up a few good books, maybe, but then I'll be working that weekend, unfortunately.
So I guess you could say it's a good start. And I know we've discussed this before. Last couple of years, the Toronto Comic Con has been notorious for having shitty guests.
Well, I mean, you're being really blunt about it, but they've had a less than stellar kind of like cast as far as trying to bring in people. And you consider, like, I mean, I'm a comic book guy, pure and simple. I mean, I'm there to dig through bins and stuff like that, but like I said, the people there are worried about getting butts through the door, so you have to announce some big names.
For sure.
I feel ambivalent about that in the sense of, adding to the cover price, in the sense you try to, entice more bigger names, you have to give them guarantees when they're going to make X amount either way, and that sometimes can significantly raise the entry fee, but, I don't know how concerned I'd be. All I know each year is probably going to be a little bit more, so we'll have to see.
Yeah. And also for those of you heading down to Chicago for a Star Wars Celebration, they've also started announcing the guest list for that event as well. So far we got Billy D. Williams on the guest list. Yeah. Ian McDermott.
Yeah.
Who else? Peter Mayhew's going to be there.
Oh, Peter, he's getting up there, man. I've heard that he's not in the best of health.
If you're going to see Peter, you might be getting close to one of your last chances. So if you're into Star Wars and you really want the autographs, you may want to head down to Chicago in April.
You got me a signed Chewbacca Peter Mayhew signature. I have that in my collection.
I think it was Polina that got you that. But anyways, and plus a whole myriad of those minor characters that no one would even know unless you're really into Star Wars, like the people from the animated series. So yeah, if you like, go to the Star Wars Celebration website. Gives you an idea of who's going to be there. I think that's going to be exciting. Me personally, I was thinking about going, but because it's so close to Toronto Comic Con, I don't know if it's going to happen.
So it's one of those either or, not both kind of situations. You're gonna have to make a commitment to one or the other.
Well, I'm going to TCC in March. That's a given.
Okay,
but second week of April for Star Wars, I'd literally be doing one Comic-Con, taking a week off, then heading on a plane and flying down to Chicago for it's too much.
That's a big financial commitment.
Yeah.
I understand why you might not be able to do it. Yeah.
Anyways, that's enough Nerds News. Let's get back to our regularly scheduled program.
More books.
Okay, so we got Jose bringing it home tonight, and as usual, he's not going to disappoint with a really nice copy of Fantastic Four number 65. Very nice, Jose.
Yeah, this is my Silver Age book, Fantastic Four, from August of '67. Of course, it's got the first appearance you can see right there of Ronan the Accuser, and it's also got the first appearance of the Supreme Intelligence. That's the Kree Supreme Intelligence.
Supreme Intelligence?
Yeah. Yes. So it became very crystal clear last year that Disney would eventually regain the rights to the Fantastic Four from Fox, and ever since that, the title has been on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, prices have risen substantially, especially in the case of the bigger keys, like the first Silver Surfer in issues 48 and 49. Now, I think everyone understands why these major keys and premier characters like the Surfer would be highly sought after. However, it seems this focus is not restricted to the primary characters in the Fantastic Four saga. For instance, the first appearance of Ronan the Accuser is blasting to new overall returns.
Yeah.
Now, what's encouraging about this issue is the broad scope of positive returns across most grade levels, but especially in the mid-grades, the fine 6.0 range books. Ronan has in fact appeared in several movies, and it seems he will have at least a cameo in the upcoming Captain Marvel film. Now, one character not mentioned at all until now is the Kree Supreme Intelligence, aka Supremor. Now, he appears for the first time in this issue. Now, so let's break it down. So, this book is hot. It has 2 key first appearances, but that's not all. The Supreme Intelligence is getting his first big screen appearance in the upcoming Captain Marvel film also. Yeah, along with Brie Larson's delightful take on the character, we're also going to get a large slug-like being akin to Jabba the Hutt, or perhaps to the Spice Guild navigators from the Dune movie.
Nice.
Yeah, the profitability of owning this issue has provided speculators with substantial returns over the last couple of years. Now, at the CGC 9.0 grade, it's currently worth about $550 US fair market, and it's had returns in that grade of 128% return on investment. At the 8.5, it's worth $475 US fair market. Over the last 2 years, it's seen an ROI of 107%.
Wow.
At the 6.0 grade, it's worth currently 160 US, and it's had returns of 113%. Now, you don't need the intelligence of Supremor to know that these are supreme returns and a long time coming. Yeah, furthermore, even at the grades of VG+, that's a 4-5, which is the grade I would just summarize my book to be. Now, they've shown a remarkable surge in price too. They've had a positive return on investment of 32% over the last couple of years. Now, whether everyone wants the first appearance of Ronan the Accuser or the Supreme Intelligence, the result is the same. The book is profitable, and it is nice to see that the secondary or even the tertiary villains in the Fantastic Four books finally getting their day in the sphere of profit. Just bust out your old Fantastic Four boxes and start looking through them before you're accused of sloth. So the fair market value for a VG 4.0 slab book is 70 US, and for a 4.5, which I think is mine, 75 US, which is a little over 100 Canadian.
Yeah.
I've done okay. I picked this up for $60 Canadian, which is about $40 US. Nice, good, hot book, and you're gonna see it pop a bit after
Yeah.
the movie drops.
Now I don't remember. I don't remember seeing this in your collection in the past. Is this a relatively new pickup, or have you had it for a while?
I picked it up sometime in the last few months before the end of the year.
Oh wow! So you were picked up probably when I wasn't around, right?
Yep, you certainly did. I did one of those raids to the Big P there, and I just picked it up because he had it very reasonably priced. And
Yeah.
I had heard rumors that Ronan was going to be had a cameo in the movie. And then we also get the Kree race as a whole as first appearance. So I mean, Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, I mean, like, they're from the Kree, so I figured
No-brainer, yeah.
no brainer for me. First Kree appearance, if nothing else, I mean, you get that too. So 2 for 1.
Yeah.
I always love getting books that have multiple key factors
Yeah.
because you can never go wrong. People say, well, Ronan has his day in the sun, but no, there's still more.
Fantastic, Jose. Absolutely fantastic. Okay, well, I can't think of any better way to end it than that. Can you?
Nice Silver Age Silver Surfer. It's got a lot of key. A lot of the books have a lot of key factor kind of thing in
Tonight,
this
yeah.
episode. Yeah, there's a lot of good things coming up. March is going to be a hectic month with the Toronto Comic Con and again Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
Looking forward
yeah.
to it.
So, guys, if you like what you saw tonight, leave a comment because we love reading them. And yeah, we'll be back next time with some more great books. And yeah, see you soon.
Hoi hoi and saying ciao for special guest Mike.